So we starting the episode off with Gay Jose and his heifer in a floral shop. And of course, Gay Jose got a plan of what he wants. He wants chilies and cilantro to make fresh salsa, which is smart, but the way she said, of course he had a plan. Well, maybe you need something of a plan. You just go to the store without a list. Now we got Zach and Michaela and things ain't going too well with them, his friends stopping by. Michaela seemed like a lot. Wait a minute, this heifer told you not to wake you up. So you leave at 7 a.m. and don't tell her, and then she mad you did what you told her you were gonna do and what she asked you to do? Oh, hell no. So after they smoothed everything over last episode, she decides she ain't doing the housewarming because her friend ain't coming. Oh, God, get rid of her. This heifer don't want to be married, she wants attention. So now we have the spendthrift Myra and cheap Gil. But Zach said, look, if she can't stop being so confrontational and runaway heifer, I'm going to have to move on. And he already whining about money. I spend $150 every 3 weeks on groceries. How do you not know what you spend on groceries? Because you buy different things, different holidays, different seasons. I mean, your budget will change with different fruits that come in season, but okay, heifer. She's like, I just go to the grocery store and get food. That's what happens when you make enough money. You can just go and get food. Don't you eat the same things? No, that's your problem. You too cheap. She said, look, I don't go shopping, every month for clothes. That's 2 or 3 times a year when the sales are. But yeah, my card goes through because I pay my credit card off every month. I don't carry debt. You better tell them, girl. So they in different tax brackets. They go and show each other their bank statements. And he was like, oh, okay, you got a savings. You can afford what's in your closet. She looking at his money, and it's kind of funny. She said, savings a little slow. Retirement a little slow, too. We going to have to leave your money alone, and I'm going to have to get this house on my own. Meanwhile, across the complex, we're at the gym with cute Ryan and Fernando. I got to say, Ryan, your chest is giving me everything I need right now. You ain't fucked that man yet, heifer. His heifer at home with her friend, and she said, we ain't been intimate, but he is kind of cute. Upstairs in the apartment, we have Bao and his unwashed heifer. And I don't even know why they still together, because he thinks she gets too kitty for him. And so because the unwashed heifer knew her husband before, it's a different situation for her. I think they should have matched you with a stranger. It ain't fair you know his butt. She's still optimistic but disapproves of his withdrawal habits. However, if you would wash your butt, maybe he'd hang around more. All the guys are getting together to commiserate about their companions. So everybody talk about what they doing for their little housewarming brunch or housewarming dinner. Some people gonna do Mexican theme, some people doing island theme. Somebody's ordering a fabulous brunch. Michaela just sitting there, sucking a lemon. Can see who's happy and who ain't. Cause Ryan and Gay Jose, they actually talk about their little marriages. Zach is quiet as a church mouse, and so is Johnny. Johnny's just happy not to be around the BO. Michaela said, oh, well, things are going well with me. He's cleared from COVID. He's okay. Things are okay. So you just gonna lie. I don't want to share what's going on between me and Zach right now because I'm still in it. And they're like, okay, next topic. Ryan's heifer said, it still feels new, but she happy to be with him. Chief firefighter is upset he ain't gotten a kiss yet. You don't want to kiss that heifer because y'all ain't gonna work. Zach said, Michaela gonna be mad, but yeah, we was intimate. She gonna be mad. You did it to piss her off because you ain't staying married to her, no way. You said, fuck it, I'ma bump my gums. Then they get to Johnny and he says, it feels like I'm dating a friend. Did you get friend zoned? No, I'm friend zoning her because she gets too kitty. They ask him, okay, are you attracted to her? And he's like, somewhat. Child, she makes your skin crawl. Meanwhile, Bao's saying that Johnny got a checklist and if anything ain't on his list, he run away from it. No, honey, he just ain't attracted to you. So now Johnny tearing up thinking maybe I wasn't ready. No, y'all ain't a match. Johnny, I would say this, it's not that she's not perfect. You are genuinely not attracted to her. It's fundamentally never gonna be there, ever. It's the personality. So Gil gets home from hanging with the guys and he said, Chow, Bao and Johnny gonna break up. He ain't attracted to her. They They have a nice little chat with their mamas, but Gil gonna call the heifer too much. And she said, too much of what? Everything. And you're too little of financial means. You're too little of life. Meanwhile, Johnny get into bed with Funky Bow, and she holds him. How are you feeling? And you can tell he's just repulsed. You gotta be honest, it just ain't gonna work. Sometimes it can grow. This ain't gonna grow. It's a no. So he tell Bow he has some reservations and he may just not be ready. He just don't want you and he can't say it. He can't bring himself to say, it was a no then and it's a no now. I threw my back into it, but she too funky for me. After that depressing scene, it's time for the first housewarming party with gay Jose and his confused heifer. Oh, goodness, he is a pompous little thing. He's just going on and on about how their marriage is perfect and he gonna get their finances perfect. And he's like, we'll still go to Europe. Okay, El Cheapo. His heifer, however, is scared that he don't take travel seriously and she might have to leave once and for all. Because she like, look, I've joined this to make memories, not sit in the house and pinch that penny. Over with Bow and Johnny, he's like, there ain't no spark, but I'm trying. All my friends is married, so I'll be able to hang out with them again on they married hangouts if this is my forever heifer, but I just don't feel nothing for her. Bow said, I don't know how to feel about my marriage. I mean, I'd feel like exiting because he don't want you. He's so uninterested, he can't even fake it. So they guests come over and one of them gives them a little book on how to please a woman. It should have been on how to be attracted to the heifer you with, even if she ain't the one you want. So the guys go out on the balcony and he says, I'd give this relationship about a 65% chance if I was a betting man. So the friends say, well, you know, she's committed and she's all in. And if you're all in, it'll work. He said, I'm more committed to finding out all I can about her and seeing if our relationship has the legs to go the distance. Your relationship got nubs. So Michaela had a change of heart and decided to go on and do the housewarming anyway. You too wishy-washy. Zach, meanwhile, shows up and he's tired of her rash decisions and making a scene. And he's like, these are red flags for me, boo. So he talked privately to her friends and he's like, what's up with the heifer? She called the housewarming off, then she put it back on. She say she want to live with me and me not to wake her up, then she run off. So she with his friend and she says, you know, I realize I got to stop doing vindictive stuff or I'm going to lose my marriage. But the communication could be better on both ends. I think it's you, heifer. The friend tell her, well, look, he knows how to communicate with people, but just be different when you angry, you know, be calm, talk to him calmly. He's had a lot of toxic relationships, so he needs emotional maturity. Back with Zach, the friends say, well, look, you know, you can communicate better and then get on the same page because you're going to have these conversations when you have kids. Zach was like, kids. Wait, we ain't even got the marriage right yet. You're talking about kids. I don't know. Downstairs, Ryan and his heifer getting ready for their housewarming too. So his heifer is enjoying that he seems to be getting on with all of her married friends, which is better than the drunk who had a whole bunch of single friends who that conservative pilot knew was scamming on his squirrel. Over at Cheap Gill and the Princesses, they got a couple friends over too. She getting tired of him always making jokes about how many clothes she has and how bougie she is, and it's really just him masking his insecurity because he can't provide the lifestyle she gives herself. So Gil says, you know, we had to look at each other's bank accounts, and she said, you know, she got a high savings, but she said she'd never change her lifestyle for anybody. And why should she? She can afford her lifestyle on her own. You can save your savings for something else. And no, we haven't kissed yet, not even a peck. She don't want him. She's just like, I'm gonna get my little check from this show and take it on to Prada. He said, I'm okay with just the snuggles for now, but if we make it to decision day without any real action, I'm gonna have to get a divorce. I don't want to end up like the blonde and the butt. So Gil asked her friend, you ever seen her kissing on anybody? She a PDA kind of girl? He said, I've been friends with her for 18 years. Ain't never seen her give so much as a peck on the cheek. She a slow mover. So you might have to wait or miss the boat. She talking to his friends and she like, look, I am money driven, he ain't. I like certain things. I am not moving into that crap box apartment he's got. I have standards. And he gonna have to raise his. She said, I'm sorry, but his hovel is a deal breaker. Back with Johnny and Funky Bow after the party. They getting in bed and he's just dreading it. Bow makes me happy I sleep alone. So he says he had a good time, and she said, well, I did feel like I had a cloud over me, but we were able to put things aside, and I admire you for, being here for me for the party. Girl, you accepting the bare minimum. So they actually kiss a little go on to sleep. Over at Zach and Michaela's, however, they're enjoying cleaning up after the party too. Zach says, I love your friends. They told me about your nutty boo butt. Michaela says, you know what, I learned something from your friends too. I was hurting you because you're actually in this as much as I am, and I have to change my actions. Okay, there might be some hope for the heifer. He said, look, you reminded me a lot of my exes, and I don't know if this is something we can change. It's not the communication, it's your reaction. He said, I don't really like telling you how I feel because I don't know when you're going to blow up or not. Like, how do I really feel? I didn't want to be here. I had anxiety. I have anxiety right now. You're too much. No, she's too much. Keeps telling her, we got fundamental differences and this may be too different for me. And she's like, I'm sorry. I might not have canceled the housewarming if I had known that this would make you this mad, but I might have done it anyway. And he's like, the fact that you're saying that is why we're having an issue. He said, I think I'm going to go sleep somewhere else tonight if you're going to stay here because I can't deal with no more blow-ups. Well, that was the shit. So I'm going to see you soon for something.